Hey, what's up, everybody? It is your girl, Donjia M, and we are back with another episode of Ask 15 Questions to. Guys, we've made it. I have a doctor, sitting here on the screen. I've made it. We've made it. We have officially made it in the YouTube world because we have a doctor on the video. This is Dr.C, and you are tuned into Ask 15 Questions to a Chiropractor. So thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. C, for agreeing and all of your accolades and all of the things for doing an interview with little old me. I really appreciate it. But I'm going to have you introduce yourself because I only know you as Dr. C, but like you have a name.
Oh yeah, I have a name.
A name.
First of all, thank you for having me on here. I'm really grateful. I'm appreciative of everything. So I am Dr. C, but my real name is Dr. Chijioke Anyanwu. Okay, I'm gonna say it again for you. Chijioke Anyanwu, all right? But Dr. C is fine. I'll take that.
And that's what we will get. I just was hoping you didn't repeat it, because it wasn't. Nah, say it one more time for the people. One more time. Say it one more time.
Dr. Chijioke Anyanwu.
Okay. And what is the origin of that name? Like where?
So I am of Nigerian descent. Sorry. I'm Igbo, actually. So my parents gave me the name. The name does mean gift of God. I'm the firstborn. So, it's a gift to my parents. So I'm grateful.
Look at that. And this is why he's a doctor. He has Nigerian parents. No games. No games.
They don't play no games at all. That's for sure.
The reason, because this is a common thing that I see in any profession, most of the time when people that are of African descent, they have very difficult names to say. They result to the letter. Is that why you did that?
Yeah, I guess it was easier for me to if I meet a new patient, Dr. C, that way we're not wasting 5 minutes. Doctor what? Doctor, huh? So I'd rather just go that route. But then later down the line, I could say, hey, so my real name is Dr. Chijioke Anyanwu, but Dr. C is fine. So yeah.
Yeah. And it wasn't until, until this interview and I seen your name that I even knew that. So I've known Dr. C now for a while, so don't let him fool you. He doesn't wait a minute. He just goes with Dr. C. That's just it.
Well, usually when I see you, you're like pretty busy. You're so popular and busy. I was on the phone talking to somebody, so I got to make sure I can fit in where I get in. So
this is true. And I'm popular. This is why you are here. Perfect.
Go. There you go.
So we are going to ask you 15 questions, okay?
Okay.
Disclaimer, I don't know if you knew this, but I created a post on Instagram. So most of the questions did come from Instagram.
Okay.
That people are inquisitive about. I know my turnaround time to getting you the questions were really quick, but I'm when I think of people, I'm like, hey, what questions would you guys want to ask to a chiropractor? And, people send them in. So the people want to know, okay? So you got to answer questions, all right? So we are going to jump right in. Question number 1, how long have you been a chiropractor?
I have been a licensed chiropractor in New Jersey since November of 2016. So that'd be a little over 4 years, actually. So 4 years, 3 months, give or take. I got licensed November 16th, 2016. Never forget it.
Oh, so not that long.
Not that long,
Not 4 years. That's not that long.
I'm young. I'm still young. I'm a young guy, so
I'm young. Okay, we get it. So this is not a part of my questions. I always like to do tag questions every now and again. So what were you? I think. Let me not say it because that goes into another question. Never mind. Question number 2.
All right.
What is a chiropractor?
A chiropractor is a health professional that focuses on aligning the spine. That's just a short description of it. Now, what we do is we just basically locate subluxations, basically misalignments in the spine themselves. And what we do is just, essentially align it properly back to where it belongs. I know that may sound a little weird, but it's possible. So, those cracks you may hear in the back, that's usually an alignment taking place, or what we call an adjustment taking place.
An adjustment. Yes. Okay. All right. There you go. The formal definition of a chiropractor. So we no longer have to walk around and say the one that cracked my back.
Cracked my back. Yeah. I'm like, oh, thanks.
They kind of do more than that. Okay. Question number 3. So you told us when you became a licensed chiropractor. Question number 3 says, how many years of schooling did you need? So I guess you can go from like the very beginning of your schooling, maybe up until your licensing point.
Okay. So I went to undergrad. I did undergrad for about 5 years. Sorry, the undergrad for 5 years, a major and a minor. So you need your undergrad, that's 4 years. And then the chiropractic program itself is actually about 3.5 to 4 years as well, depending on the course load you take within the program. Me particularly, I was 3.5 years because I was trying to get in and out, get out there, do my thing in the community. So it varies on who the person is, but typically it is about 3.5, 4 years in the program, and then 4 years of undergrad. So combined, let's just say about 8 years of schooling.
Okay, so you said that you had a major and a minor. What did you major in undergrad, and what did you minor in undergrad? This is not one of my questions.
I understand. In undergrad, I actually majored in exercise science and sports studies, and I minored in psychology. I really wanted to understand people, so to speak. I know that sounds a little crazy, but I was into the healthcare thing, and I also was into understanding people. I know a minor isn't enough to understand them the way I wanted to, but it was a foot in the door, so to speak. So I majored in exercise science and sports studies, and I minored in psychology.
Wow, that is very, so for a short time, because I love science, but in undergrad, I realized that it's too much math. So I kind of gave it up after a while. I began my undergraduate years in bio, pre-med. So I was a double major. Yeah. Bio, pre-med, and kinesiology.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. So then I saw, like, how they lay out the courses. I was like, is that 11, 12 math classes? What? I want to do something else, please. Let's kind of cut this math.
That's usually how it is, though. Biology majors or pre-med majors, they have so much science, so much math. I'm like,
and the science I didn't mind. It was like regular statistics for biology, statistics for kinesiology. I'm like,
yeah, we had organic chemistry, and I saw how to do those. I was like, you know what? Nah, let me use my hands to something else. So
So that's interesting. Okay, question number 4: is this the career path you always wanted?
Ooh. Now let's go back to what we talked before about so I actually went to Rutgers, New Brunswick. Okay. And when I applied and got in, I was hell-bent on becoming a medical doctor. I was like, I'm gonna be pre-med, I'm gonna go that route. Then I saw the course load for pre-med, and I said, you know what? I want to have a life as well. So I want to make sure I pass my classes too, so while having a life. So I just say, you know what? And organic chemistry, no thanks. So I just divvied away from that and basically went the route of wanting to become a physical therapist. So that was like my second career path, was physical therapist. And I started getting closer to graduation and interning. I was a little torn. This isn't really something I'm enjoying as much as I want to. And I was torn about what to do with my life. And I basically just said to myself, I got to find my passion. When I graduated from Rutgers, I was either going to be a PT or just work, a regular job or something like that, So I had a bad back injury. My back started bothering me a lot, actually. And I Googled chiropractic, didn't know what the hell chiropractic was at that point. This is 2012. So I'm Googling chiropractic, and I found one in my city, in Union, New Jersey, and he was amazing. And I just said to him, hey, listen, man, whatever you did to me, I need to do it to somebody else, right? Because this is amazing, And honestly, ever since then, I was just sold on chiropractic, So here I am.
Wow. And that's how careers are made. You are inspired by other
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
I did not ever think that I would be in education ever.
really.
And I had, oh no, never thought. And I actually love it. I love my students. I pretty much have taught every grade now. I'm in high school, which is like the last grade that I never taught, and I've been here
Oh,
2 years,
oh,
and I love it, even though they feel like I'm their age. Um, but I love it. But I was inspired because I also had amazing teachers, and they saw something in me, and that inspired me to be like, I want to be that person for someone else. So,
that's amazing. I love it. I love to hear that. That's great.
yes. And listen, guys, if you are in college and you see the workload and you know yourself, it is all right to change your mind.
That's the first step. Knowing, being self-aware of like, okay, I need
Yes.
to be out having a good time certain nights. I know I want to see my family and friends on weekends. I gotta, have a balance there. So,
Yes.
make the best choice for
Yes.
yourself.
Yes. Okay. Speaking of family, we didn't even say nothing about family, but you did say family. Speaking of family, question number 5. How does your family feel being from an African family? How does your family feel about you being a chiropractor or being in this field in particular?
Well, initially they were like, what the hell's a chiropractor? When actually, because I applied to the school, chiropractic school I went to, Life University in Marietta, Georgia, by the way. I applied and got in without telling them. So when I got in, I showed my dad, hey, listen, Dad, I got in. He's like, what the hell is this? And I was like, oh, I want to be a chiropractor. He's like, what is that? So I went to YouTube back then, wasn't that lit, but I went to YouTube and showed him the videos of chiropractic. He's like, oh, what is that? So when they found out that it had the word doctor attached to it, they were sold. Like, okay, you're a doctor.
Like,
So
oh, doctor, why didn't
yeah,
you
yeah.
lead with
Oh,
that?
you're good. You're good now. Yeah.
Oh my
So
gosh.
that was back then, but now they are just they love it. They're appreciative. They love that I can learn so many things, and like bring it home. And then I try new stuff with them all the time. I try to like just do what I can, basically, to make them proud of me. That's our goal, to make our parents proud of us, and they're proud of me. But I will tell you, early on, they weren't too keen on the idea of chiropractic because they just didn't know what it was. And not
Right.
that's how it is. Not many people know what it is or what it can do for them, and just little education, and they were sold.
Yes, absolutely. And this is why we do Ask 15 questions, because a lot of us don't know. And even if we feel we know, we don't know. So we want to learn all the things. Okay. Perfect. Question number 6. Speaking of knowing, what are some common misconceptions about chiropractors?
Ooh, common misconceptions. Well, one that's very common that I get is I have to come for the rest of my life, or I had to come all the time. I hit the quote all the time.
Mhm.
And I always tell the patient, like, that's relative. It's all based on what you have going on. It's all based on what your condition is. You don't. Not everyone's body is the same. Not everyone's spine is the same. So everyone essentially responds differently to certain things. So it's all
Right.
about how you tolerate the treatment. Another misconception is that all we do is treat just the back. I mean, personally, I do more than just the back. I do the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder, the ankle, the hips, the knees. So, it's all based on who you go to in a sense, and that's just those two common ones that I hear all the time is I have to go all the time, or you guys don't focus on the shoulder. Do you guys do anything else with the shoulder or the back or the hip? I'm like,
Mhm.
yeah, I do it all. So it's all based on who you go to and who you find.
Okay. There we go. Dispelling all misconceptions. And it
Yes.
depends on, again, as he said, it depends on who you go to.
Yeah.
So being
Now,
able to,
to be quite frank, there are many chiropractors out there who are older, who are not willing to focus on anything else but just the spine, because they're just like, you know what, in and out, in and out. But
right.
they're who take their time and I want to really help the patient get better. And those ones you got to find. Hard to come by.
Yes. Yes. There we go. Okay. Question number 7. And don't say me. I don't know if I'd said this, but Dr.C is my chiropractor. So don't mention me in this because when this question came up, I was like, I don't want him to talk about me. Okay. Tell us of a time other than me you've dealt with a severe like issue, like someone that had a severe
Other than me.
yeah.
Funny. Well, it's funny. When I first started working after I graduated, I had a patient who had really, really, really bad back pain, and her situation was where she couldn't even like lay down on the table. You know, had to like treat her basically seated or in one of the massage chairs that we have, just have her seated. And she had a lot of discs that were herniated in her lower back from a car accident.
She had what now?
A lot of herniated discs.
Oh,
like,
herniated.
Yes.
I was like, you not about to fly by that scientific word. Like we got doctorates. Mm-hmm.
Yes. She had a lot of herniated discs in her lower back, and that was from a car accident she was in years prior. So she was coming in 3 times a week, and she was getting better. Some days were bad, but it was a really tough case for me because it really reminded me that no matter how smart I thought I was, no matter how good I was in school, no matter how good my hands are, there's always somebody who needs more than what you can provide for them. Mm-hmm. So I had to refer her out, and thankfully when I referred her out, they checked her out and they performed a procedure on her. She came back. She's doing pretty good now, and that was a tough case for me because it really kept me up at night. I was looking up stuff at night, how to help her. I was sleeping. I was staying late, looking up, like doing notes, like paperwork, and it was. And I was fresh out, so I'm trying to make sure I'm every patient gets 100% effort, and I had to really remind myself, hey, listen, you can't save them all. Sometimes, you got to really understand that some people just need more than what you can provide, and thankfully she's doing great now.
That's great. A humbling experience.
Truly, we all need those.
Yeah, I was about to say we all need that moment to be like. Definitely. You are not it all the time. Okay. But that was good. See, I thought he was going to talk about how I always come in and I complain. That's good. You ain't got to talk about me. It's fine.
Well, yeah, I'll do that. Next time I got you.
Next time. Okay. So you talked about how you initially wanted to be a physical therapist, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure we've all heard about physical therapists. So question number 8 is, what is the difference between a chiropractor and a physical therapist?
So chiropractors, like I said, they focus on the spine. They focus on aligning the misalignments that you have in your spine. Mm-hmm. I know PTs tend to focus more on rehab and therapies and focusing on the movement, I guess, of joints and repairing joints and rehabbing particular joints that are injured or that are not performing properly. For instance, if you have, let's say, ankle tendonitis, a PT will try to focus more on ultrasound, stim, ice. The chiropractor focus on the joint itself. How is it moving well? Can it move? Can you adjust it? Can you put it back in place? How the muscles around it moving? So they have a different approach to an injury or any situation you have going on. So I think they get along very well, as far as I know. Honestly, some don't, but it's all about the different perspectives. It's all about how they approach a certain situation is how the big difference you see between a chiro and a PT.
Yeah, that was going to be one of my tag-on questions. Like, do y'all be beefing when y'all see each other? I don't
them, but I know PTs have bad mouth chiros for a bit. Some, not all.
They do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I feel like they bad mouth the not so good chiropractors. And I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty okay at what I do.
This is true. This is true. I will give you.
Thank you so much.
I will give you that on here. I will give you that on this here platform. You are. So even coming to your office, I had never been to a chiropractor. So again, the misconceptions, I'm just thinking I'm going to be getting cracked up all the time. And I don't mean laughing. I meant my mindset was oh, they only work on skeletal things. And then when I saw all the stuff that you guys did, and I'm like, somebody lied to me. So and again, it depends on the office, because had I went to another office, my experience probably would have been different.
Sure.
So Yeah. All right. There we go. The differences between chiropractors and physical therapists.
Yep.
I actually know, I don't know where this office is, but I actually know of a chiropractor and a physical therapist who have their a practice together. Like they're in the same office. Is that in Bloomfield? I don't know where it is, but I remember because I knew someone that used to go there, and I'm like, really? It's not World War II in there. I mean, three in there. Okay. So I kind of laid it out a little bit with me, tooting your horn. But what does your practice offer? So, what do you, as a doctor, what does your practice offer?
We offer, chiropractic. As I said before, we offer acupuncture, massage therapy, trigger point therapy, cupping, and light physical therapy as well. So we have electrostimulation, we have a traction rolling table, we have ultrasound, we have moist heat, we have dry heat, cold packs, a lot of rehab stretching, trigger point work. So we just honestly we try to we are located in the gym. So one of our focuses is to make sure that we are essentially trying to appease to that crowd as well as the common everyday kind of person who doesn't work out every day. So we try to have best of both worlds. So we offer all those modalities, and a lot of people are very grateful for that.
Yes, I am very grateful for that because I don't work out as often, and when I do come there, and then I don't work out as often again because I hurt.
Good to know.
It's just it's a thing. I'm being honest here. They know I'm very.
At least you're honest, though.
That's it. Question number 10. I know you said the school that you went to was in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. So question number 10, have you only worked in New Jersey?
Yes. So when I actually graduated in 2016, I was considering staying in Georgia, but they weren't offering enough to stay, to be quite frank. And I told myself, you know what, let me just go back home to where it makes sense. Be back around some family, gather myself, work a little bit. I didn't plan to stay in Jersey. I didn't plan to stay in Jersey this whole time. I considered, leaving state, going to Cali, going to Texas, going to Carolina, Delaware, but I'm still here, and I don't regret it at all. I love where I'm at. I love what I'm doing. I love what I do. So, yeah, I've only been in New Jersey since I graduated.
Wow. So, yeah, I can't really ask you because, like, my follow-up question would be if you didn't, like, is there a difference that you notice in, like, the demographics or whatever?
Well, demographics, I wouldn't know that answer, but I guess in terms of as a chiropractors, they are definitely viewed differently in other states for sure. In certain states in the South, some of them people go in and it's like a lifestyle for them. It's like they need it, okay, I can't work out without it, I can't live without it, kind of like that. And that's really on the doctor that's been able to sell the chiropractic message to that person who knows what it does for them. So on the West Coast, same thing in a sense, everyone on the West Coast is just trying to get ahead, trying to look the best, feel the best. So chiropractic is a big part for them. The East Coast, everyone here is like basically on the go, on the move. So, I'll come when I can. Yeah, I'll come when I can. I don't need it right now. I need it when I need it. So it's all.
Or they keep rescheduling.
Yeah, I don't say names, but okay. Yeah, so everyone's pretty busy. So it really does based on where you are and what kind of message you give to your patient.
Okay. All right. Okay. Question number 11. What is your favorite environment to work in? So I know you said that you guys are stationed in the gym. Have you worked at any other like locations that were not in a gym? And if so, which one is like your favorite to work in?
So yeah, I did work at a private office practice actually. So, with the pandemic happening so suddenly, a lot of us were out of work. And essentially, I was one of the people that was out of work initially. So when I was able to go back to work, I just worked elsewhere. And the office that I was in was a private practice, and it was different from what I'm used to. Much more controls, different kind of patient clientele. I'm more comfortable working in a gym setting, more in a setting where people are more active. People can tolerate a little more intensity, pressure. Like if I'm working on them, I'm a pretty strong guy. So people I try to work on people to make them looser to work out and more flexible and get the most movement, basically. So I actually prefer the gym setting because it is more of a homey environment. Just everybody's just having a good time. There's no pressure. It's not awkward. It's just like a great vibe. Everyone just gets along and everyone's just vibing together. So I prefer that for sure.
Okay. All right. He said those folks was bougie. No, he didn't say that.
I mean, I don't want to say that, but
well, I mean, listen, disclaimer, I always tell myself. So when I come in, he talked about the traction table that they have. I don't like laying on they have this thing, this pillow, they call it a pillow, but it's like so small. And I was like, what is this? Give me that pillow up there. And ever since then,
it's all because of you.
Ever since then, it just be there.
It be there. Yep. It's all your fault. And it's all your fault. Thank you for that.
Yeah. I mean, listen, you're welcome. You don't have to pay me for that. That's truly free. But I was like, it was sitting on the table. I was like, I know this is the office, but what? Y'all got a pillow right there. Let me get that. I'm trying to be relaxed.
I hear that.
Okay. Question number 13. And I'm gonna do this because let me see. Can you see my fingers yet? There we go. Mm-hmm. Is going to the chiropractor a quick fix?
No. Now, I would love for it to be. In some cases, it can be. It depends on what you have going on. Example, if you've been going to chiropractor for a while, for some time, and then you don't go for about a week or two, and you come back and say, hey, doc, I heard my wrist doing such and such. I heard my ankle doing such and such. Essentially, a doc can adjust your ankle or your wrist, and you'd be like, oh, man, I feel great. Thanks, doc. I'm good. But if you're someone who's never been to a chiropractor, who's had back pain for about 2 years, you finally come to a chiropractor, and then you ask the chiropractor, hey, will I be okay? Will I be 100% tomorrow? Will I be normal tomorrow after you treat me today? The answer to that question will be no. Now, you will feel some relief. You'll feel your symptoms dissipate, so to speak, but you will not be out there dropping a low or out there, out there going crazy on the treadmill or out there doing 1 million burpees. None of that. You will definitely, feel the effects of the adjustment, both good and bad, because sometimes you can be a little sore after an adjustment.
Yes, you can.
Yes. You can. Yes, you can be for sure. But, it's all relative as far as a quick fix. So the short answer is no, but it's definitely, there are, reasoning behind that.
Okay. So I have, we have literally 2 more questions left, but I also have 2 bonus things that we're going to do at the end. I should probably I should have been like, oh, do you want the bonus now or do you want it later? That's not how this works here. So we're going to do it the way I want to do it. Okay.
I got you.
I just jostling. Okay. Question number 14. Oh no. I skipped a question. We got to go back. So I did 13. I didn't do 12. You didn't tell me. I always mess up. Sorry, guys. Going backwards. Question number 12, right? Because we just came out of 2020 and you kind of spoke about it before you answered the last question. But what did 2020 look like for you, and were you considered an essential worker?
For me, 2020 was, for all of us, it definitely was interesting. In more bad than good. I'm grateful that we all made it out. I'm just thankful for that, first and foremost. But early 2020, January to March, I was on a roll. I was positive. I was like, this is gonna be a great year for me. With the office, we're booming. Life is good. I got vacations planned, trips planned. Working a lot, helping people. It was great. March happened. We closed down. We're in a gym, like I said, so the gym itself closed down, forced us to close down for that time period. So from March till June-ish, late June, I was basically not working, not doing what I love. And that sucked. That sucked. So late June, I did leave the gym setting where I was in. I worked in a private practice, and I was definitely someone who regretted the decision only because I was so comfortable being in a gym setting, being more free, being myself, show my personality. I can just be a goofball. I can be funny. I can be a little silly with jokes, but the office setting will allow me to be myself. So I was back to work. I got back to work in 2020, middle of 2020, and I left that particular practice in November and came back to where I'm at now in the gym setting, and I'm grateful for that. I am an essential worker, considered essential. It took a while for me to realize that I was, but I didn't really know at first. I was like, am I essential? I'm not a surgeon or a nurse, so am I essential? But Governor Murphy basically, reiterated that we are essential as well. We definitely don't intend to close down ever again. God forbid this ever happens again. We won't close down because we are considered essential by the state.
Wow, look at that!
It was a crazy year.
Wow, that was. Listen, I don't think they coined teachers as essential workers.
I don't
know. They should have.
Yeah, they should.
I was trying to get all the essential worker discounts because people was getting discounts on stuff. I was like, Uber Eats, Groupon. I said, oh man, who do I need to write to? But yes, 2020 was a year. It was a year.
Sure. I don't know how you teachers do it, being on Zoom and for hours upon hours.
Oh man.
Thank you for this.
Yes, it is. I tell people I never could have imagined this, like running a class and just the transition for teachers. Because I'm very energetic. I'm all about like my classroom environment, creating a safe and calm, but yet fun and enjoyable space to learn. So I'm like, any given time I could be like leaning on my students, like while I'm teaching, I'm walking around, So to try to be able to conform all of that to like, how can I take everything from the classroom and still display that same thing to my students? Some of them who I've seen, and then again, I teach high school. So freshmen just coming in from 8th grade, learning to adapt to high school virtually. Man. Yeah.
I know it's even tough when it's like in person. So I can imagine it virtually. So
yes,
more power to you for sure.
Yes, wow. Yes. So I'm happy that they deemed you all as essential workers because you're needed. You are very needed. Okay. Question number 14. Why is speaking of essential, why is chiropractic therapy essential? Why is it essential?
Well, chiropractic is essential because in my opinion, and obviously is, in many people's opinions, is something that can provide relief and get you out of pain, can keep you out of pain for a long period of time. Who wants to be in pain? Not me. I know that. But not as well. No. One of the things
that. I know.
Yeah, I know that for sure. One of the chiropractic that I really appreciate is that it's non-invasive. It's conservative. It's basically hands-on. It's something that your body would respond very well to it, and it's something that I feel like a lot of people take for granted that it's there. Many people just go right to let me go get some Tylenol or Motrin, or let me go to the ortho and get surgery on my back, or and it's like, try the chiropractor first. If you go to a chiropractor and say what's going on, if you go to a good one, I should say, and say what's going on, they're going to be able to dictate, okay, we can help you, or we can't help you. Let's refer you to someone who can help you. That's the name of the game. Chiropractic provides so many benefits to people. More flexible, better way of life. You just feel different. And right. I know when I got chiropractic involved in my life in 2012, my life really changed. And I don't want to sugarcoat it. I don't want to sound like I'm, talking extreme, but my life changed for sure with chiropractic. So, and I can assure you, a lot of people probably feel the same way.
Yes, I agree. I do. I feel the same way. I do. I feel it now. The moment where I'm like rescheduling every time after that, I'm like, I shouldn't have rescheduled. I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have.
At least no. Okay. Like I said, I know you're busy. I know you're pretty busy. So,
right. But again, teaching virtually, sometimes when I log off, I just want to put the cover over my head and just like,
chill, yeah. I understand.
Yeah, but it is essential. I believe that. Okay, question number 15, and then on to our bonuses, and then we're done. Question number 15, what advice would you give to someone looking to get into the career of a chiropractor?
Wow. Good question. First thing I would say is get a mentor. Someone, get a chiropractor, someone you can confide in, look up to, ask questions to, because it is not an easy career path. If you do it the right way, it won't be easy. If you're lollygagging and BSing and, cheating, all that kind of stuff, yeah, it'll be easy.
Yeah.
But if you do it the right way, it won't be easy. Get a team. Like when you get in a program, formulate a team. Like when I got into our program, I'm like one of like maybe 15, 20 black kids in the actual in my class, and it's probably like 300-400 of us. So you can imagine how tough that was, So we basically banded together, and we're very reliant on each other. And it's very important that I did that because it allowed me to feel comfortable to like, okay, I got people that got me. That's essentially what it was. And the last thing I'll say is honestly is to embrace it, because the journey itself, it feels like it's slow and it feels like it's torturous. Oh my gosh, I can't be done. But once you're done in the real world,
yes,
it's no going back to that oasis of school. School is basically an oasis out of the real world, because it's like, and I had to really embrace that. I graduated. I was like, wow, I'm done. I woke up the next morning. I was like, okay, now what? No more papers, right? And I gotta wait to get licensed now. I gotta so it's really, you gotta embrace the struggle because it's not fun when I was going through it, but it's rewarding.
That is very good. And that is the end of our 15 questions. But there are two things that I must say, okay, and this is probably personal while I got you on this virtual call. So if someone is dealing with neck pain, there's a bonus question. Could it cause them to have a headache?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, you can. So there is and I don't want to get all medical. It's Friday,
Come on. He said, I can't.
If someone, so the neck itself has 7 vertebrae, cervical vertebrae, C1 through C7.
Okay.
Some people say C0 to C7, but I say C1 to C7. All right. So essentially, what C1 and C0 are the two occiput and atlas. If those bones are misaligned in any way for a long period of time, or even a short period of time, it can cause pressure on certain arteries and certain nerves in that area, putting pressure on the brain itself, causing a headache. That's why, sometimes with you, I'm adjusting you or any other patient, I'm doing the neck, I'll ask, have you had a headache recently? Any headaches in the past week or so? Because I already feel that the bone is misaligned. So yes, if there is a neck issue, neck misalignment, it can definitely cause a headache.
Well, good to know, because my head is in my neck. That's why I shouldn't have rescheduled. Okay, so last bonus thing, and this is just super fun, right? Not super medical. We're going to play a game of this or that. I am going to give you 2 options. I'm going to run down a list of things. It's going to be 2 options, and you're going to tell me which one you prefer. Okay?
So,
you ready? And it got to be quick. Like, don't try to be like, well, what if it's this? What, because doctors, y'all think a lot. Just give me the answer.
All right, you're right. We do.
All right, here we go. Hulu or Netflix?
Netflix.
Okay. Leg day or core day?
Core day.
Okay. Vacationing somewhere hot or somewhere cold?
Somewhere hot.
He live in Jersey. He like, I ain't going nowhere cold. Okay.
What?
Fufu or seafood?
Fufu. Now you know.
Okay. I don't know if you're a gamer, but PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation.
Okay. Doing an adjustment or putting someone on the stimulus. Oh God, stimuli machine.
The machine, yeah.
Yeah, stim machine.
Adjustment.
All really?
Day. I love adjusting.
He gets too excited. He does. Okay. Water or juice?
Water all day, every day.
All day. Okay. 15 questions or 15 minutes?
15 questions.
That was a trick question, because why wouldn't you pick 15 questions?
There you go.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, what are you trying to do here? Kind of like,
he was so confused, like, thank you so much, Dr. C. We appreciate
You're so welcome.
you for all the information. Please let us know where your practice is. Maybe someone wants to come and, start doing the things that they need to do.
Sounds good. My practice is actually located in West Orange, New Jersey. It is called Maximum Health and Wellness. It is inside the Retro Fitness in West Orange, in the little plaza where Kmart, Whole Foods, Staples are. So 235 Prospect Avenue in West Orange, New Jersey.
Yes, and I will include all of this information in the description so you can have it. Dr. C, again, thank you so much for enlightening us and answering all of these 15 questions. Is there anything else you want to say?
I want to say this. Everyone be safe, be smart. It's a crazy world out here we're living in.
Yes.
And get a chiropractor.
Get a chiropractor. Yes. So with that being said, please, as I always say, make sure you continue to live in purpose, on purpose. Bye, guys.